A Flint family is suing the Michigan State Police after officers raided their house last year. The department admitted to executing a search warrant at the wrong house, but claims the officers announced themselves. The family inside says they never heard anything. Mid-MichiganNow's Ron Hilliard is hearing from the family and attorneys. Ron, what are they claiming in the complaint?
Stephanie, the family says it suffered because of what happened, and they say that not only was their home damaged, but that the family members were traumatized. The Dunigan and Colson family says that it continues to feel the effects of what happened during the raid on April 21st last year. Aaron Dunigan says he had driven to his mother's house and was waiting outside during the ordeal. Inside the home, his mother, sister, and his niece and nephews, ages 14, 10, and 3. He says his family was traumatized and required therapy.
If you punch me, my jaw will heal. But if you do something like that the state police did to my family, that will be with you forever. And I don't care how much therapy you go through or how many counselors you talk with, you will always in the back of your mind have this moment of where you were violated by a system that you pay to protect you.
The family's attorneys filed lawsuits Monday, alleging that Michigan State Police barged into the house without announcement or warning, forced a family member out of the shower at gunpoint, and that police had weapons drawn in front of kids. The family members say they were detained for nearly an hour, unable to record the incident or make calls. Black Lives Matter Flint President DeJuan Robinson lives nearby.
I seen everything, so I was there. And I'm the one who notified Mr. Dunigan and let him know that police were at his mother's home. They did not make any announcement.
Michigan State Police declined to comment on the pending litigation, but in a previous statement to us about the incident, the agency says officers announced themselves at least twice before entry. The complaints name Michigan State Police and the alleged officers involved. They demand an end to what the family and attorneys say was a no-knock raid, and they want Michigan State Police to be required to wear body cameras.
It's police work that would not have occurred in a white community. It's police work which says, what difference does it make? You know, they're all the same, they're all guilty, they're all whatever.
And while the attorneys say the whole family suffers PTSD, they say the kids have really had it hard.
They were told to respect the police. Now when they see the police, they ask their mom and their grandmother and their uncle, oh, are these men going to kill us?
7:34, the CDC says more than half the people living in this country will be diagnosed with a mental illness or disorder at some point in their lifetime, and 20% experience a mental illness in a given year. Despite those numbers, a local therapist says there's still a stigma surrounding mental health, and he hopes to break it. Mid-MichiganNow's Remy Murray live in downtown Flint with more. Hi, Remy.
Good morning, Mike. As we know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and one local mental health therapist wants people to not be afraid and speak up if they need help.
There are so many things that are going on in terms of mental health that people aren't addressing.
Ronald Rowland works as a mental health therapist at Flint Odyssey House. It's a drug and alcohol recovery center helping people work through their addictions with different support programs and therapy. In a given week, Rowland says he can see anywhere between 40 to 50 people, all dealing with different issues. As a therapist, you see that there has been an increase, and so what we tried to do is to be more accessible for the things that people in the community need. One way, Rowland says, is by making people feel less ashamed about getting help. There is a stigma in the African American community, for example, about going out and getting mental health services. As a preacher myself, you find that a lot of people are still under the thought process of, well, we're just going to pray it away. And in some situations that it may take a little bit more than just praying about it. On the other hand, Rowland says there are people who will seek support, but it'll come with some hesitancy. People are allowing for their pride to be bigger than the problem that they're addressing. Rowland says this mindset further adds on to the stigma surrounding mental health, so he encourages this. Don't allow for your pride to be bigger than the issue that you're addressing. Address the issue and move from a place of hiding or unvulnerability to a place of wellness.
The city of Flint, in partnership with the Genesee County Land Bank, has just released an outline on how they plan on tackling blight. This plan breaks down the current issue in the city and how they plan to try and improve it. Our Mid-Michigan Now reporter Alexis Ware sat down with the Genesee County Land Bank. Joining me now from our content center, Alexis, what's the latest on this new plan?
Well, Stephanie, the Genesee County Land Bank is using this plan from a survey from last summer. Now, they tell me they're taking the input from this and turning it into a multi-step solution.
Demo isn't going to be the silver bullet that makes everything better. It's going to be all of these things that we do in moving forward.
According to the Beyond Blight presentation prepared by the Genesee County Land Bank, the city of Flint has more than 25,000 properties that need some sort of blight elimination. Everything from structural homes and buildings to non-structural blight around neighborhoods. But not all of it is owned by the Land Bank.
46% of the blighted properties, or the properties that need to be demolished in the city of Flint, are owned by the Land Bank. But there's that 54% that's still privately owned. It's now, how do we get the property owners, private property owners who still own their property and pay their taxes, to start being accountable for these properties.
So far, more than 5,000 structures have been demolished in Flint, with a total of 4,600 that are still waiting to be torn down. According to the plan, demolition is the #1 solution to the blight problem in Flint, but it's not the only thing that matters, according to Michael Freeman, the Genesee County Land Bank Executive Director.
And it's not just structural blight. It is dumping, it's vacant property maintenance, keeping cleaner streets.
According to the Beyond Blight presentation, code enforcement and rehabilitation are also essential, as well as mowing, and the help of residents like Patricia Stewart Burton, a Flint business owner who takes it upon herself to do what she can by paying for a company to come in and mow the property next to hers.
Riding on North Garland Street, we want to have some pride for our neighborhood and, keep it beautiful, keep the blight away as much as possible.
Although the population in Flint is decreasing, Freeman tells me the number of vacancies are not going up. He says this is a good thing for the Beyond Blight plan.
We're actually stabilizing. And so but the thing is, we can't just take that for granted, and we have to do more. And